Hi, thanks for watching Nova History Remembered. I'm Paul McCrae. Is it a bus or a trolley car? It could be both. This is the story of the Evans Autorailer, a vehicle that was meant to revolutionize the way people moved around urban and suburban areas in the 1930s. We've always tried to find ways to move people around our cities more efficiently. Before the Civil War, and for many years afterwards, horse-drawn trolleys were a way for people to travel who didn't have their own horse and carriage. That mode of transportation continued until cities electrified, and trolleys powered by electric motors began to take the place of horses. Washington, D.C. followed this trend. Trolley companies popped up and their cars roamed the city, even extending their lines into the suburbs. But as cars became more reliable, faster, and more affordable, people started driving on their own, and the railways lost business. One problem the railways faced was that passengers could only catch a trolley car at stations or at trolley stops along the tracks. The Arlington and Fairfax Railway faced this problem. Their line ran from Roslyn in Arlington through Falls Church to Vienna, where the tracks turned south, and ended in Fairfax City near the courthouse. Their solution to having more flexibility in picking up and dropping off passengers was to drive off the tracks and take to the roads. The Evans Products Company of Detroit could provide cars with that capability. Besides small bus-trolley combination units, Evans planned a series of vehicles for different uses. The Evans Company spent $30,000 to rehabilitate the railroad and loaned the railroad 8 of their unique passenger cars. In return, the company received 51% of the stock in the railroad, and in 1937 renamed it the Arlington and Fairfax Auto Railroad to highlight the capabilities of their gasoline-driven cars. The Evans Autorailers had the typical steel pilot wheels front and rear, which ran on railroad rails. A set of rubber tires pushed the car along the tracks of the Arlington and Fairfax route. But the cars also had the option of leaving the tracks to follow streets through towns and communities by raising the steel wheels and driving the roads with the rubber tires. Evans hoped that their car's ability to leave the rails and take to the streets would help railroads compete with other trolley options and the increasingly popular bus lines. Their goal on the Arlington and Fairfax was to show the usefulness of their equipment. The Arlington and Fairfax Auto Railroad plan also included leaving the tracks at the end of the line in Roslyn to cross the Key Bridge into Georgetown using streets. This plan went awry when Capital Transit, who held the franchise to crossing Key Bridge, objected to the Evans Autorailers using the bridge. So the Arlington and Fairfax Auto Railroad was denied access to Georgetown and Washington. Capital Transit wanted passengers coming to Roslyn on trolleys to transfer onto their cars for the trip into the city. The Arlington and Fairfax Auto Railroad failed to attract riders and was shut down by September of 1939. 4 of the autorailers stayed in Northern Virginia for a time after being purchased by the Washington and Old Dominion Railroad. 3 were designated for general maintenance of the railroad, carrying maintenance staff for track repair and brush cutting, among other duties. The 4th was fitted with a roof-mounted lift so the W&OD staff could work on the electric lines of that railroad. When the electric lines were taken down in 1944, it was converted to a maintenance car. Portions of the abandoned rail line were converted to roads, including the aptly named Electric Avenue in Vienna. The Evans Company had some success during World War II with their dual-use vehicle, but didn't last long afterwards. Evans was absorbed by another company, but the Autorailer was finished. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more video programs about Northern Virginia history, please subscribe to Nova History Remembered on YouTube and click the bell to be notified when new programs are released.